Hey, what's up YouTube? Haven't done a video in a while, so just a quick warning, this is going to be a long video. I'm going to do an update on all the tanks I got going right now. There's a lot of new stuff, so hopefully I'll just go through and make this as quick as possible for you guys. First tank, this has just ordinary tigers in it, but it's really weird. Some of these, which sucks because I'm colorblind, but some of the tigers have red stripes. But they don't look like normal red tigers, so it's weird, but they're kind of cool. They're really not breeding. I bought these as red or blue Rillies, and they have just been shooting a little bit of everything, so I got them mixed in with the tigers. Doing pretty good. This is the chocolate tank. It also has royal blues in it. There's not many. There's just royal blue babies. I took out all the adults and put them into a different tank. Down here I had red cherry shrimp. I moved them out. This I got 2 red claws in. Big red claw shrimp. Really not a good video. They're not doing real well. I don't know if it's the driftwood leaking some kind of bacteria. I've noticed that there's some pieces of Malaysian that came from the ocean. They leach a lot of salt, and it's impossible to tell unless you soak them first. So it's been kind of a pain in the butt. So any tank that's not doing good, I always yank out the Malaysian driftwood. So just something to keep in mind. This is the Blue Dream tank, or initially was Blue Dreams. I bought these and they came in with great color. Since then the color has faded. I believe that they were being fed some kind of color enhancing food, so they looked a lot better when they came in. But you know, I mean, they're not bad. They are what they are. They're like a glorified blue velvet, so to speak. But I'm still pretty, still happy with them. They're breeding really well, so I can't complain. Up here is the Bloody Mary tank. These are the younger Bloody Marys. Their parents all died off. They were imports, so they didn't adjust really well. But at least they bred one time before they all died, so these guys are doing good. Another Bloody Mary tank. This one's a 40-gallon. This one has a lot of calls in it. I really need to get in there and just call it out. And I wanted to make sure I had a big enough population before I called. As you can see, there's a big old female back there. She's carrying a ton of eggs. And so they're doing really, really well. This is my royal blue call tank. There's probably about, I want to say at least 20 to 30 adults in here. I haven't seen them breed. I'm really excited to see what these guys breed, if they breed more royal blues or if they breed more calls, or what the percentage is. So I'm just kind of holding on them until I figure it out, and that'll be real interesting. This is just typical fire red, cherry, sakura, shrimp tank. These guys have been breeding exceptionally well. They constantly have babies in there. As you can see, down here is the low-grade carbon Rilly tank. There are some nice grade ones in there now that I'm looking, but these guys are constantly breeding. There's actually, I don't look at this tank very much, and as you can see, there's actually a lot of planaria in there. It's a little dark, sorry about that. But here's one on the glass, right there. See it? So I'll have to hit that with some dog dewormer. Maybe I'm overfeeding this tank since I don't look at it, but I'll have to deal with that. Royal blue tank, as always, doing exceptional. These guys, I have no complaints about this tank for whatever reason. Just something great is going on with this tank, and they just breed constantly, absolutely constantly. So that's always a plus. And then here's the A grade royal blues I've been working on. These are the guys. They're like, the video doesn't do them justice. They're like transparent blue, and it's beautiful. There's a couple calls in there. Like there's one floating around. He's got stripes on him, but he's just jacking the food and going away with it. But yep, royal blues always doing good. This had crystals in it. It had a mix of different grades. I broke it down. It had a leech problem. I put a pond plant in there that had some leech eggs on it, and I just couldn't get rid of the leeches. I tried everything, so I just broke it down. I bleached it, put some hydrogen peroxide in there, letting it sit for a week or two, and then I'll fill it back up, see if I see any leeches. If I don't, then I'll put shrimp back in it after I clean it out real well and sterilize it. If not, then I'll just break it completely down and start over. Crystal red tank. Sorry that the video is so dark. I'm just gonna go turn on the lights. Hold on a second. I hate that it's dark. Oh, there we go. So you saw Crystal Red Tank. They were doing exceptional. This is where I moved. Oh, there's a couple buried ones in there. This is where I moved the other tank. This had the pure black line in it, which was doing absolutely nothing. So I figured it wouldn't hurt to add some mislings in there and just, you know, just get some shrimp out of them. So at least this tank now will be producing finally, and I'll finally start seeing some babies. These are Malawi, I forget the full name, but they're Malawi shrimp. They breed in pretty much any kind of water. They're a real nice blue. They look a lot like blue velvets, except they're a lot bigger. And they breed in, really, I'm not lying to you, in any water condition. They probably do good in just normal water though, like pH of 7, but I got them in, I think that's like pH of 8. This is probably my best crystal tank. I mean, there's babies everywhere. There's probably 600 shrimp in this tank, easy. You can just see right here in the video, there's probably 50 or 60. And these guys are doing really good. That's just like the Royal Blue tank. They're unstoppable when it comes to breeding. Another crystal red tank. Again, there's babies everywhere, as you can see. I don't know why, but crystals just do really good in my water, so I will not complain about that. These are the just crystal blacks. Pretty shrimp. No breeding yet, but hopefully soon. These are the new shrimp. These are the Aurora Blue Tigers. Just a really, really nice blue. I imported these ones, the ones that are in the tank. I got more up here, if I can find them. But these ones aren't as blue, so I wanted to see if they colored up from shipping. If they don't, then I'll end up just probably putting them in a different tank. Because these ones are such a nice blue, I don't want to tarnish the good genes. Orange Really tank. The black doesn't bring out the orange, I found out, so they almost always look just clear, especially for me since I'm pretty much colorblind. But these guys, they've been breeding pretty well. They were doing a lot better. Something funky is going on in there, but I think that tank's finally stabilizing now. This is my Super Princess Bee tank. These guys are doing absolutely exceptional. I would say there's at least 40 babies in there now that I've counted. You can see they're all over the place. These guys are always doing well, so I'm glad about that. Pure red line. Yep, just doing well. Tons of babies. This is the red tiger tank. I was actually going to break this tank down, and then when I went in there to break it down, I saw a buried female and like 8 other shrimp, so I was like, holy smokes. These are the shrimp that I always joke about. I paid, I forget now, it was either $800 or $900 for 100 of them, and out of the 100, 3 lived. Of those 3, they bred one time, and then those 3 died, and then these are the ones I have. So I have about 8 of them left, so I call them my $100 shrimp. And it's kind of funny, you know, lesson learned, but hopefully they do good, rebound, and then it will be a fun colony just to talk about. Over here, these are just cherry shrimp. This tank is dirty, so you really can't see into it. I won't spend a lot of time on this. This is like, again, a cherry shrimp mixed between painted fire reds, cherries, sakuras, a little bit of everything. I really need to get in there and call like some of the other tanks, but you know, lack of time is what prevents me. Tangerine tank. This tank had planetary problem also. I dosed it with that dog dewormer and knocked them all out, so that's good. And they're doing really well. They breed regularly, not a ton, but regularly for sure. Down here is the Blue Dream tank. So you can see that there's some really, really nice colored blue dreams. Here's some on the rock. Over here is the tiger tank. I'm happy with how these guys are doing. I counted there's about 60 in there, anywhere from babies. And there's actually the red moss. I got that from Dolly VH. Actually, I think it's just Brian's fish tanks now. He hooked me up with a whole bunch of plants, or a whole bunch of mosses, so I was happy about that. Here's my other orange Really tank. As you can see, exceptional coloration. Really happy with these guys. These are also the Super Tiger tank, and these guys are breeding as well. As soon as I get a big enough population of both, I'll separate them and then go from there, but I just didn't at the time, so I kept them together. Here's another population of orange Reallys. These guys are a higher grade as well. Of the babies, I probably had I want to say at least 90% of high quality Willies, which is pretty rare. So I'm excited about that. More fire reds. Blue velvet tank. These guys are breeding pretty well now too. They have a I don't know, there's probably 60 shrimp in there, and then of those 60, you know, X amount of babies, and so hopefully they'll just keep doing well and breeding and having fun. Again, blue really tank, because of the white substrate, they didn't color up as well, but still some nice blue ones. This is the Babolti, I forget how to say it, Babolti shrimp tank. Not many in here, not many at all. There's some blue dreams in here as well. But yeah, I mean, they just do their thing. I think there's like 3 females in here, and they get buried, and then I don't know the babies survive or not survive. I really don't watch it, to be honest. Blue Dream tank, or not Blue Dream, I'm just so used to saying it. This is the orange-eyed blue tiger tank. No berries yet. I think they're just getting to the point where they're sexually mature and they'll start breeding. There's some really nice looking females. This isn't a nice looking female, but it's definitely one, and she's saddled pretty well. These are the so-called black tigers with orange eyes, aka glorified royal blue. And ooh, look at that. Shrimp fights. These guys are breeding. They're doing well. Not a ton of babies. Oh, here we go. These are the red tigers. These guys are actually breeding really, really well. As you can see, there's like baby right there. Babies all over the log, as you can see. A lot of big females. Tangerines. This tank won't breed at all. They all get babies, and all the babies, or all the eggs, just drop. So something's funky in the water. It's probably this driftwood and that piece. But we'll see the next time they get buried. I'll probably just yank that driftwood out just to be safe. These are the Yellow's tank. Not many of them in here. I think I started with 60. I'm not sure if all of them made it. Speaking of them making it, there's a dead one there. So yeah, whenever you get imported shrimp, it's always iffy whether they're going to do well or not. I got some more yellows down here. And you know, yellows, for whatever reason, are the biggest pain in the butt to breed. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the breeders in Taiwan do to breed them, but for whatever reason, they do not do well here. Or at least I have never had great luck with them. My favorite, snowballs. I think there's 3 buried ones in here. 1, 2, 3. At least 3 then. And I'm excited for these guys to really be cranking out some babies. Another Blue Dream tank. This one's actually Blue Dreams. Orange Sakura tank. Some really, really nice ones in there. That's an unknown tank. I really don't know what type of shrimp they are. I got them as blue velvets, but obviously they're not blue velvets. Same thing with this tank. Got them as blue velvets. They really look just like a red really or a blue really, but you know, I don't know. They're weird. They're weird looking. Another cherry tank. There's some super reds in there, or not super reds. There's some super tigers in there, but I honestly don't even know. Red really tank. As you can see, they're doing really well. Breeding away. Some nice females in there. Some nice ones with some nice head and tail coloration. Nice clear midsection. No complaints at all about this tank. This is my quarantine tank. Whenever a sick shrimp is in one of my tanks, I'll plop them in here. I'll always treat this tank, make sure everyone's happy. And then unless the shrimp's really, really high quality, I'll just let it live out its life in here. I got some fish that came in on Java moss. I think they're just some kind of killifish, but you know, they can live in there. More red willies. Yeah, these are, I mean, this is a really nice stock. I'm happy with some of the coloration. Some of them are almost like a painted fire red, just with a clear midsection. And so, hopefully I just keep getting more babies out of it, and I can selectively breed from there. Actually, I didn't feed this tank, I don't think. This is another orange Sakura tank. I didn't feed it. Poor guys. I'll have to get some food after the video. Then just regular fish. That's in all these tanks. I really won't touch on those. Since this is already a 15-minute video, most of you have tuned out already. This is a mixture of blue dreams from one tank to another. You can see there's some clear ones in there, so there's some calling that needs done. But there are some nice, big, pregnant females. I'm sure babies at this point. They've been in here for about a month, and they've been buried ever since the beginning, so I'm sure they've dropped some babies. These are chocolates. They were actually black. What is it? I don't even know. Black. I forget what they call black shrimp. They got so many names for it, but they're black shrimp, and these were calls from the black shrimp. So there's some chocolate colors. There's some black colors. There's some browns. There's some bluish ones, but some really nice females in there. So I'm excited to see what these turn out. Realistically, they're just glorified chocolate shrimp. I got more snowballs, and you may ask why I put them on white substrate. I probably told you guys 100 times, but I always forget. It just did it for parameters. Maybe they feel safer on white substrate versus black substrate. I don't really know. So I want to see how their survival rate, how their breeding was in this tank compared to that 20-gallon. So far, I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell if one died because they're white on white. But so far, I mean, there's that buried one you can see in the video in the center. And they've just been really active. They've been eating well. There's some saddled ones like the one right there. And they're doing well. This is just the self-cloning crayfish. Just got them just for fun. I was at an auction, and there was a whole bunch there, so they were going dirt cheap. So I figured, hey, why not? These are more blue dream calls. I put them in a smaller tank. I have them in there with some special moss. I don't know the name of the moss, but it's doing really good. And these guys, I mean, they're doing exceptional. So again, I'm excited to see what the babies turn out to be. Whenever I have calls from the main royal blue tank, I plop them out of there and put them in here or put them in the other one. And so far, everyone's doing good. So there's one last thing I want to show you guys before I end the video. This rack is completely filled with